All right, Shalom. All praises to Yahawah, by SHEM YAHAWASHI, by SHEM Rakah Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the elect of the nation of Israel. All right, this is Aratazah coming at you once again. And in this lesson, I want to discuss, pretty much cover a few scriptures going into remaining or continuing in the doctrine that we received, all right, from the beginning, all right, when you first came into the truth, when you first heard the word, and you started learning under the apostles and elders, all right, you were students of the, basically you were under their tutelage. The scriptures commonly go over, and it constantly hammers the point home of continuing in that doctrine, okay? And you have examples of men, all right, such as Good Samaritans and ITR and various other groups that have basically broken off. And what are they doing? They're basically switching things up, all right, as brothers deemed them, the remix kings. Every week or every other week it's always something new, and it's just to basically come against us, come against the apostles. And like an elder brother brought out, they just doing that just to stay relevant, all right, because they don't have any more oil, they don't have any more real content to bring out. It's not about edifying the church or building up the elect. It's just about strife and vainglory and just having the back and forth. So they're basically coming up with these wayward ass backwards breakdowns and doctrines just to stay relevant and just to be demons, man. All right, you don't want to fall into that category. You want to remain in what's been taught, man. All right, and it's not that hard. Just stick to the script. All right, and that's where to hit a few points. All right, this is 2 Timothy 3 and starting at 13. Okay, it says, "But evil men and seducers shall wax worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived." All right, and like I just gave examples of various groups. Good Samaritans, Israelites, tried and refined. All right, several other groups, they fall right into that category. They're waxing worse and worse, man. It started out with one thing. Now they're basically just going through and just ripping everything apart as if everything was wrong. But now we got to basically start all over and come up under their teachings. All right, the 12 tribe sign is wrong. Babylon is not America, or America is not Babylon. The heathens could come into the fold. The chariots, not talking about the so-called UFOs. I mean, the list goes on and on with these guys, man. All right, and the scriptures prophesied about men like this. All right, I read it again. It says, "But evil men and seducers shall wax worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived," right? Because not only are they deceived, but they're actually deceiving the people that's following them. All right, the few people that's on their comment board, praising them and giving them a thumbs up, they're being deceived, man. All right, like Elder Yashawama brought out, here it is. One week you was believing that you was a Judite from the tribe of Judah. You swore up and down that you was from a particular tribe. But now these guys come out with an all-fast breakdown. Now you just agree with them. Now, yeah, you agree that you don't know who the tribes are. Well, here it is. One day you knew for sure that America was Babylon. But these guys do a breakdown, and now you don't believe America's Babylon no more. Your ass is deceived, man. All right? It says, verse 14, which pretty much is the title of the video. All right? It says, "But continue thou in the things which thou hast learned." All right? And that's basically the point the scriptures hammer home. There's several scriptures I have written down on my list here. All right? Continuing things which that you was taught, man. All right? It says, "And has been assured of," okay, "knowing of whom thou hast learned them." You see, because these same guys claim that they don't give credit where credit is due. They don't give credit to the apostles and elders. They pretend like they didn't come up under their tutelage, man. They think that the Spirit of the Lord, an angel came to them and just gave him all his knowledge and information. Nah, man, you was watching videos just like everybody else, man, taking notes and all of that. You learned from the apostles, man. Okay? And what you think is going to happen to these guys that don't give credit and they're proud, disobedient? The Most High going to judge them. All right? It says, matter of fact, let me go from there to 1 Timothy's chapter 4. And I'm going to jump right to the end, right? Verse 16. It says, take heed unto thyself and unto the doctrine. All right, when you take heed, that means to basically be at full attention, to give something your full attention. All right, to watch, to hear. It says, take heed unto thyself and unto the doctrine. Continue in them. You see that? And that's what these guys did not do. And you don't want to fall into that same lot or same category, man. To stay on the straight and narrow, man. And what happens is a lot of these guys, they veer off from the doctrine because they're seeking some type of vainglory. They want to be seen as the guy that come up with breakdowns. You know, they want to wow the audience, so to speak, with a new revelation. That ain't what this thing is about, man. It's about continuing in what's been taught, all right? The Spirit laid down a particular foundation and doctrine that's been waking up hundreds, if not thousands of men, you know, to this word, you know, and that's basically what the Spirit is dealing with, man. All right? The Spirit is not dealing with a guy that's seeking his own glory or trying to be the top guy that has all the newest revelations. The Spirit of the Lord ain't dealing with that, man. It says, take heed to thyself and unto the doctrine, continue in them, for in doing this thou shalt both save thyself and them that hear thee. So, yeah, going back to 2 Timothy 3, where it says the ones that are waxing worse and worse are what? Deceive, and they're being deceived, and the ones that's listening to them are being deceived, man. So the ones these guys who are switching the doctrine, they're not going to be saved, all right, because they're going to be condemned off the things that they said. And the ones that's following them, they ass going to be condemned, man. Scripture say if the blind lead the blind, they shall what? Both fall into a ditch. All right, but what? The ones that continue in the things that's been taught from the apostles, that's been passed down through the Spirit of YAHAWASHI, and brothers endure and continue in it, best believe the Lord going to grant you salvation, man. And all right, it says what? And then that hear thee, meaning the ones that also, because the Lord is setting up teachers, man. All right, we was once students. All right, we was taught still being taught under the apostles. Now we're growing into the lot of teachers. Now we're teaching other brothers, and then they're going to become teachers, and that pattern just keeps going on, man. All right, so we're out here to basically save souls through the Spirit of YAHAWASHI. The only way you're going to do that is continuing in the faith and in the doctrine that's been taught, man. All right, let me go from there to the book of Acts. Chapter 2. Get the 42nd verse. All right. Well, matter of fact, I'll jump up to 41. Acts 2 and 41. Then they that gladly received his word and were baptized, in the same day there were added unto them about 3,000 souls. And we're coming into that time. All right, we're coming into that time where the word going to go out and thousands are going to be sealed in a day. All right, the Most High is going to magnify and exalt this truth to a level where it's going to be crazy the amount of people that's going to start believing on this thing, man. All right, it says, verse 42, and they continued steadfastly in the apostles' doctrine and fellowship. All right, you see that? It says, and they continued steadfastly in the apostles' doctrine. All right, we follow that same example, man. We continue steadfastly in the apostles' doctrine, which is the apostles' doctrine is basically YAHAWASHI's doctrine, man, because they're teaching according to the scriptures. All right, not of any private interpretation or according to their emotions or what they feel is based off the spirit of truth, man. All right. It says, and they continue steadfastly in the apostles' doctrine and fellowship, and in breaking bread. Excuse me, in a breaking of bread and in prayers. All right, we're, like the sincere brothers of Great Millstone, where we're carrying out that's those same actions, man, by continuing in the apostles' doctrine and fellowship, and breaking of bread and in prayers, man. All right, so it's clearly showing you a distinction between men. All right, you have men who continue in what's been taught. You have men who are breaking off, so to speak, and changing things up, man. All right, and that's, you're basically in error of the scriptures, man, when you do that. You know, let me get see, I might get one more. You see, I think it's Ecclesiasticus chapter 5. Yeah. Ecclesiasticus or Sirach chapter 5 and verse 9 to 10. It says, winnow not with every wind, and go not into every way. And that's what these guys who I mentioned earlier have done and are doing, man. They're going with every wind. Wind represents doctrines, various spirits, certain philosophies and breakdowns and stuff like that. That's what these guys have done. They've went with every wind and going into every way, man. That's why they're coming out. That's why they're basically spewing out bullshit, so to speak. It says, for so doth the sinner that have a double tongue. These guys are double minded. That's why they went and they deleted all their videos, man, or they made them private, because they're double minded. Here it is, you was teaching one thing, a couple months ago. Now you switching it up. Now you're double minded, man. And the scriptures speak about what's that? James the 1st chapter. A double minded man is unstable in all his ways. The scriptures also say, woe to them that be given to change, man. In the book of Proverbs, I believe it says that. Verse 10, it says, be steadfast in thy understanding, and let thy word be the same. And again, these guys are in violation of that scripture. All right, they're not remaining steadfast in the understanding, and their word's not the same. They're switching things up. All right, remix kings, man. All right, every week, every other week, or once a month, to coming out with something new. All right, and like I said, they only doing that to stay relevant, because they don't have any more material. They don't have any more content. The spirit ain't dealing with them, man. The scriptures say what? He that believeth on me, as the scripture says, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water. They dry as hell, man. All right, they dry in damn Ezekiel 37 chapter. Ain't no waters flowing out these guys, man. And you just using the Good Samaritans, ITR as an example, because they're the two main groups right now that's clearly going way the hell off, man. And the Most High going to deal with them. All right, it says, be steadfast in thy understanding, and let thy word be the same. All right, and our word is the same, because we've been remaining in that word, man. All right, the word coming from the spirit of YAHAWASHI, being filtered or funneled down through the apostles and elders, man, our teachers. All right, and we're taking that same understanding and teaching and passing it on to other brothers, man. All right, so I just want to hit those few points, bit of a exhortation on that for brothers just to stay down, man. All right, the Most High is going to bless us and give us an increase. All right, based off what we've been doing, man, is remaining down and teaching what's been taught to us from our apostles and elders, man. All right, not follow the examples of an ITR or a Good Samaritan. Because you see what's happening to them, man. They're basically being broken down and cast out through the spirit. All right, so With that, all praise to Yahawah, by Shem YAHAWASHI, by Shem Rakah Kodash. Until the next video, Shalom.